hawking, you name it. So this experience of being first thrown off a train when he's going for a client meeting to Pretoria, then...
Because he was thrown off from first class, wasn't he? He was asked to move from first class.
Yes, and he's told by his fellow Indians that, well, these are common experiences for us. And he decides to stay and fight. The Natal Indian Congress was co-founded by M.K. Gandhi. Indeed, it became an organization that spoke for Indians across caste, creed, religion, and so on. And gradually these activities expanded his role, and he came to be seen as the leader of the entire community.
Now, it's in South Africa that Gandhi's most famous and effective principle develops, Satyagraha. It's been very loosely translated as non-violent resistance. But Karuna, it's a lot more complicated than that, isn't it? Can you explain what Gandhi meant by it and how he came to this belief?
Yes, so he recalls this meeting in the Empire Theatre in Johannesburg in 1906. He's been in South Africa now for over 10 years. There's a new registration act that seems to be very harsh and determined to try to induce Indians to leave. So he wants to do something more radical, which is disobedience. He asks Indians at this mass meeting, the idea is to resist this new registration act by not registering. And then he says, we'll all take an oath. Someone at the meeting says, we'll take this as a vow, a religious vow. And Gandhi says he has an epiphany. Suddenly, sort of the moral and the political worlds come together, and he sees that there's something new. If we think of it as a vow, it gives it a kind of deep power, and he's very moved by it. And the logic and justification is that when there's an immoral law, we have a moral duty, a religious duty to defy it. So he asks his Indian readers for a new term, and this is where he sort of invents this neologism, Satyagraha. The translation that Gandhi presents is Satya is truth, Agraha is grasping it. So his initial translation is a firmness or insisting on truth, and later he adds the idea of soul force or love force.
So obviously a very formative time for him, and by the time Gandhi returned to India in 1915, he had spent 20 years in South Africa that not only made him an Indian leader and champion, but also, as we've just learnt, greatly shaped his beliefs. So here he is giving a speech in London in October 1931. We are jumping ahead a little bit because this is one of the best known recordings we can find of him in English, and in a sense it gives us an idea of how he viewed the world.
I do dimly perceive that whilst everything around me is ever changing, ever dying, there is underlying all that change a living power that is changeless, that holds all together, that creates, dissolves, and recreates. That informing power or spirit is God, and since nothing else that I see merely through the senses can or will persist, He alone is. And is this power benevolent or malevolent? I see it as purely benevolent, for I can see that in the midst of death, life persists. In the midst of untruth, truth persists. In the midst of darkness, light persists. Hence I gather that God is life, truth, light. He is love. He is the supreme good.
Trideep, can you help us unpick this a little? What's he actually saying beyond his obvious faith in God?
I think what he's saying is very fundamental. He's saying three things. First, there are things which change. Social norms will change, political ideas will change, modes of life will change, our desires will change. But what will hold the society together is a certain belief in an idea that he called truth, that he called God. That's one. Two, he says we have very different notions of what this Godhead could be. His notion is that it is a loving God. There is empathy, there is care, and it is through these attributes that we begin to create our relations with our fellow human beings. Number three, it says that you can take everything away from me. What you cannot take away and what I will not allow to be taken away from me is this belief in the idea of truth.
more systems, and that will help. I can tell you that from the time we've spent here over the last week compared to when I was last here about a month, 6 weeks ago, the introduction of these missile systems has made a real difference to the Ukrainian cause.
All right, Alistair, thank you very much indeed for updating us, Ali, live there in Kiev. You're watching Sky News today. Thank you for your company. Coming up, the mother of a British man who died on holiday in Magaluf tells Sky News she wants justice.
I'm Becky Johnson, a Sky News correspondent, part of the team based here in the Midlands. Allegations of exploitation in Leicester's clothing factories aren't new. In fact, it's been an open secret in this city for years. Made for people who want clarity in an uncertain world.
We're getting more and more stabbings, and essentially I think it's more and more younger children. As a team, we're not really surprised by anything these days.
So there's reports of a male who's been stabbed repeatedly in the leg.
Here in the diverse industrial heart of England, we hear from people who have real stories to tell.
Parents are going to complain like this, and schools had better get ready for it.
These protests are being organised primarily by people who aren't parents at the school.
So some patients aren't going to survive this.
We have to be prepared that patients will die from this illness.
Staff here are currently identifying wards that could be turned into areas where patients with COVID-19 could be isolated. The River Severn is still rising, and people here in Ironbridge have been told it could go up by another metre before it starts to go back down.
It's going to be a long, slow process of putting it back together, isn't it?
We aim to be the best and most trusted place for news.
Hello again. The family of a British man who died after an incident at a nightclub in Mallorca is calling for an investigation to be opened into how he died. Tobias White Sansom passed away on the 31st of July, 5 days after a row with bouncers on a night out in Magaluf. Speaking exclusively to Sky News, his mother, Lorraine Thompson, says she wants justice for what she believes to be the murder of her son. Now, I should tell you that this report coming up now from Sky's Inzamam Rashid does start with distressing images of Tobias being restrained by nightclub door staff.
In this video, for at least 30 seconds, a security guard presses his arm against Tobias White's neck. They're restraining him in a nightclub in Magaluf after he allegedly assaulted a doorman. But it's this handling by bouncers and the police which Tobias's family believe led to his death.
I've always looked to the police system to protect. I want those who are accountable for what I believe is the murder of my son to be brought to justice for it.
After being rejected for a taxi because he was topless, his family say he returned to the club, and that's when trouble ensued.
They gave him another beating, and it was ruthless. It was getting worse and worse every time.
Chris was there on the night of July 25th and says Tobias, a man he'd never met before, was brutally beaten by police.
The police, they've took him up the stairs, semi-conscious, head rolling back when he's walking up the stairs, and then they fall him to the floor. And next thing you know, that straight away there's 3 officers right on top of him. Maybe 5 minutes later, there was 8 officers leaning on him, especially on the neck and on the body area. And it was very clear that it wasn't right what was happening.
But in a statement, the Spanish police said Mr. White was expelled from the nightclub by security for his aggressive behaviour, and the Guardia Civil had to reduce him due to his resistance and aggressiveness. They added, apparently, his body had a combination of 3 different types of drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, he was screaming and now nothing.
Outside the club, police and then paramedics gave Tobias CPR. For 5 days, Mr. White lay in hospital unconscious before his life support machine had to be switched off. Despite several attempts, the Boomerang nightclub wouldn't provide us with a comment, but the Foreign Office said they're supporting the family who are now trying to get Tobias White's body back to the UK.
All I can do is fight and help to get those who have done this to him to be held accountable.
Spanish judicial authorities will now try to piece together the sequence of events that led to this British man's death. They are answers the family of much-loved Tobias are desperate for. Inzamam Rashid, Sky News.
Right, back home we know the heat wave has begun. Let's see how it's looking.
Warm memories wherever you go.
To fly.
The weather, sponsored by Qatar Airways.
So the heatwave continues to the end of the weekend with an increasing risk of coastal mist and fog over eastern counties. The amber heat warning came into effect at midnight. Although temperatures won't be as high as in the recent heatwave 3 weeks ago, this duration of the heat is likely to have an impact. In addition, it will become increasingly humid over the next few days. Many parts of the country will be dry and sunny today, away from the far north and northwest, where it will be cloudy with outbreaks of rain, going to turn heavy at times. Temperatures in the north will be close to normal, but it will become hot elsewhere with values higher than yesterday. England and Wales will see 30 to 33 Celsius quite widely, with Ireland and central southern Scotland seeing 27 to 30. Through this evening and overnight, the rain in the north will ease, but cloud and drizzle will remain. Patches of mist or fog are likely to form over parts of east and northeastern England, Northern Ireland and potentially central Scotland.
The weather.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
You can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do that?
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. The whole of darkness.
So what did that
myself and the world will adjust. And 2019,
forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on The CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Body is your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Starr Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for who? For here, we they call them London. And that's how you know. Just have fun and stay blessed.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Starr Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7. The best radio show
all around the world.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio UK.
All around the world. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
In your car,
At work.
at home,
On your smartphone.
Welcome.
Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people. Your favorite Afro-Caribbean radio station in the UK.
Doesn't matter how you feel now, God will do it. Doesn't matter how you feel now, you'll come through it. He's faithful, so faithful. He will see you through. Yes, he'll see you through. You know he's the same, and he will never change. You do it again. You know
This is Starr Radio UK.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
hold on, don't let go. Stay true. You do it again. Hold on, don't let go. Stay true. You do it again. Doesn't matter how you feel now, God will do it.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. It doesn't matter how you feel now. Somewhere, somehow, God will do it for you. He's always faithful. He's the one true God who is able to do all things, whether you believe in it or not. But I believe in it that somewhere, somehow, God works on our behalf. Somebody said behind the scenes, whether a deity, whatever you believe in, that there is a power behind the scenes working on your behalf. And that gives you that resilience that though people are going through something that you are going through and might not have survived, you still go through that and you still survive. So I want to, by this, welcome you to the Thursday edition of the Morning Show.
You know he's the same, and he'll never change. You do it.
I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
Archie.
But I'm saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. To my team this morning, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, massive good morning to you. Mr. Francis Gaya, able producer, massive good morning to you. To all of you who are on the YouTube channel, I salute you. Those of you on the Facebook channel, on the Starr Radio UK fan club, Facebook page, and those of you on the Starr Music page as well, Starr Studios page as well, we want to salute each and every one of you, and I want to welcome you all. Do me a massive favor, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages.
He's faithful, so faithful.
Let me say good morning to Moses. Moses, yes, we knighted him. Morning to you. To Amaya, to Tassino, to Anthony Adedeji all the way in the US, and as many of you, wherever you are listening to us from, I salute you. To Miss Ebenezer Hammond in South Africa, and Chantel or in Cape Town. Massive good morning to you all.
Don't let go. Stay true.
Let me say good morning to Mr. Alfred Hammond as well, to your lovely girlfriend. What's the name again? Yeah, come back to me on it. I salute each and every one of you, to the Hammonds in Ghana as well. All presenters and management of Starr Radio UK, we salute each and every one of you and welcome to the Thursday edition of the morning show. Well, by what program I'm going to bring you the quote of the day, the weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel update. We'll be having Miss Olayomi joining us at 11 o'clock to bring you updates from Nigeria. Now, if you followed the Niger Voices yesterday or you joined in, the numerous people who are on the YouTube channel and all the Facebook and other channels, I salute each and every one of you. Well, it was an education. I tell you that when we bring you programs, we make sure that these programs actually enlightens you. And I cannot, that program does not fall short of that promise.
And he will never change. You do it again.
So we'll be having Mr. Olayomi Koiki. He'll be throwing more light on what the special guest said, and then we'll move on from there. Then after that, we'll be looking at some of the other stories making the rounds across the globe. At 12 o'clock, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions. At 12:30, the curtains are brought down for the end of the program. So in a gist, that's what's going to happen. But make sure you join us. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Playing in the background, something from Edith Morrison, and it says, God can do it. It doesn't matter how things are, God can do it.
Never change. You do it again. Hold on. Don't let go. Stay true. You do it.
The quote for the day says, to be successful is not so much an issue of what you have around, but who you are and how you value the resources around you, no matter how insignificant they may be. How do you value people around you? Do you see them as assholes or what? Well, I rest my case. Okay, now let's move on to the weather front. Well, for those of you in the UK, well, it's going to happen again. Extreme heat. Come in from today until I think is it Saturday night or Sunday? Well, extreme weather conditions, and what we saw the other time, I hope that we're not going to be experiencing anything of the sort on the 19th of July. I don't think we want to experience anything of the sort. Okay, so
and he will never change. You do it.
Today will be another dry and fine day with a lot of sunshine throughout. It will continue to be hot for many. Now this evening there will be some late sunshine leading to dry and clear conditions overnight. Another warm night with gentle winds expected as well. Temperatures for London and the southeast of England, 33 degrees tops and the lower 17 degrees. And the pollen level is going to be moderate, UV level is going to be high, and pollution is going to be moderate as well. Sunset to 20:32 and sunrise for tomorrow morning, 05:39 hours. Okay, let's take a quick break. We come back and I'll bring you the travel update. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right then.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Okay, keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads. I'll keep you navigated. I promise. I'm on the Starr Radio Travel Update that comes to every weekday from 10:40. It's not 10:49. So what is happening on travel this morning? On the underground, I can tell you assuredly, good service throughout. But London Overground has got part suspension and severe delays. Let me bring that your way. No service between Hackney Downs and Walthamstow Central. Now, severe delays between Walthamstow Central and Chinford while they make urgent repairs to the track at Clapton. Now, good service on all other London and Overground routes. London Tram Link and DLR has also got good service there. Now, moving on straight to the major roads in London, A1, A4, Blackwall Tunnel, Central London Red Routes, and North Circular A4, A4 Road 6 have all got closures. Also, A205 South Circular has also got closures, but A13 has got serious delays. If you can avoid that, do your best not to be caught in that traffic. However, if you have yourself caught up in it, continue to listen to us, because as and when there are any changes, I promise you one thing for sure, that will bring it to the fore. Now let's move on straight to the river bus. On the river bus, apart from the Woolwich ferry that is still suspended, all the others have got good service. Now on the final segment of the travel update, that's the National Rail. On the National Rail, Chiltern Railways has got special service, cross country minor delays, East Midlands minor delays, Greater Anglia minor delays, South Western Railway minor delays, and the First Transparent Express special service. And that brings us to the end of your travel update. It is Starr Radio UK, and I will say it once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes, what? On the roads.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK. It's now time for Global Trotting. Now it's 7 minutes to the top of the hour. That's 7 minutes to 11. In the next 7 minutes, I'll be bringing you everything you need to know. At 11 o'clock, we'll have Ms. Olayomi Koike joining in. Well, from what is going, we're going to be looking at when it comes to Nigeria. Nigeria is facing existential threat. World Bank warns a 12-year-old Nigeria boy has killed his mother, Ayobiyi Cook, at their home in Forestville, Alabama, United States. What happened to him? What came over him? We'll be looking into that. Did he have a mental ailment or anything of the sort? APC has ruined Nigeria, ex-minister says. The former Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Bolaji Abdullahi, on Wednesday urged Nigerians to vote out the All Progressive Congress in 2023 election, saying that the present ruling party has actually destroyed Nigeria. FCT, the federal police rescue 3 fraudsters from jungle justice. Now, architects decry impact of insecurity on building sector, and Bishop rejects Ayade's package. Tell governors to pay workers' salaries. Well. A lot more from there going to be coming your way, but don't you go away. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now moving on straight to some other of the stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. Well, small boy, special prosecutor attempting to destroy me, customs boss saying. These are part of the world where you see an old person, you have to go to whether they are doing the right thing or wrong. But well, the commissioner of the customs division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Colonel Kwejo Damwa, retired, has stated that attempts by the special prosecutor Kisi Ejabing to disgrace him with corrupt accusations in line with his responsibility will fail. Well, is a special prosecutor not doing his job? He's just doing diligence, isn't he? Now, MPP foot soldiers respond to Akufo-Addo's decision not to reshuffle ministers. And what are they saying on that front? We'll be looking more into it. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, so we will bring you more on that front. Now, moving on straight to some other story as well. Students use UV lights to cheat in exams. KN University research reveals. Oh, goodness. Well, we're talking more about that. Well, in Sierra Leone, it's happening once again. 2 police officers have been mobbed to death in Sierra Leone. We will bring you more on that front. No declaration Wednesday in Kenya's Vote Commission says. No declaration yet about what are we looking out for. African football body CAF launches 24 club Super League as well. Well, those of you who are sports enthusiasts, what do you think about that? Do you think that will help us? Okay, Senegal opposition will not appeal the results of the legislative, and those are some of the stories making the rounds in Senegal. It is all Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other parts of the world as well, satellite images show Crimea airbase badly damaged. Okay, well. Who actually did what? If it is Ukraine, I bet Russia is doing like that. Ooh, these people are looking for war and they're going to bring it to their doorsteps. But what do you think? This world is not fair, is it? Now, Trump refuses to answer questions in New York probe. Now, state officials are investigating whether Trump organization misled lenders and tax authorities. You know, he's an arrogant, he never wants to, he thinks that he's above the law. I mean, some creed need to be protected. Not if they do anything wrong, they shouldn't be touched. Well. Now, Kim Jong-un suffered fever during COVID outbreak. The sister of North Korea's leader also blamed South Korea for causing her country's outbreak. What did they do? Did they spray North Korea with COVID, or what did they actually do? Did they send them some aid, and then maybe they rub all those things in COVID infected, maybe whatever? Okay. An Iranian has been charged with plotting to kill Trump's aide. U.S. officials say the alleged plot to kill John Bolton was likely in revenge for a senior commander's death. And those are some of the stories. Politicians post SOS after crashing in a jungle. Dimitri Floss posts video from the scene with the remains of his helicopter visible in the background. Well. I bet he'll be saying, thank you, God. Thank you, God. We'll be looking into that in a moment. Australian military suicides and national tragedy. Well, what is causing them to go that way? Is it, when we talk about post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is that what is causing it? Well. We'll be looking more into that as well. But in the UK, where extreme heat alert in place for parts of the UK, scorching temperatures may affect people's health and disrupt transport, the Met officers have said. An alleged Fort IS beater has been charged with terrorism. Ian Davis, 38, is charged with possession of a firearm after being deported to the UK by Turkey. We'll be bringing you more on that front as well. Serious concerns for boy 4 missing in Turkey. George Jack Temple Wells is thought to have traveled from Darlington with his mother. And where is he? Okay, we never knew our home was on the scammers list. Thousands of UK home addresses have been used by crime gangs to register bogus firms. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, we'll be looking into that as well. So you have to be checking your address, that somebody has not used it to do some bogus things, and then when it comes to your accreditation, they'll tell you that the credit rating agencies think that you are actually rubbish. All right, then it's 11 o'clock. Let's take a commercial break, and then I'll be bringing you Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Stay tuned and don't you go away. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right, then.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
People all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. or you can visit our website www.worldlamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@worldlamp@gmail.com. World Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 4 minutes past 11 the time. The morning show, the program. We'll be having Ms. Olayomi joining us in the next few moments. But let me say good morning to Abiodun Alberto Yo. Lots of love to you as well. And thumbs up to you as well. Thank you very much for your support there as well. And as many of you who are listening to us, wherever you are listening to us from, we want to salute each and every one of you. And we're telling you all the time that every weekday from 10 a.m. To 1, we bring you the morning show, and during that time we have a segment where we bring you updates from Nigeria and all the stories that you need to know, or yes, that you're aware of across the globe. And this morning as well, it is my privilege to once again bring to you the one and only Esther, the White Lion, Mr. Olayomi. Yomi, good morning to you.
Well, a very good morning to you, Mr. Archie. Good morning to all our listeners and viewers from around the globe, and let us welcome once again to Starr Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station, and this is how we do it every Monday to Friday, where we go around the globe and bring you all the news and the updates coming out of Nigeria this morning, and quite a lot of headline that we'll be touching again this morning, and especially there is a very sad one that is coming from US that we'll be touching on as well. But once again, we welcome you to the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. 11th of August 2022, 6 minutes past the hour.
How are you doing, sir?
Well, very, very good, as usual. I've just actually been speaking to some of our listeners, for the last 4 hours, and it's been an interactive as usual. The beauty of the technology is we can take advantage of it as well. Just as I was, looking at Estonia today, from what I actually played, is one of the countries that have, the best technology when it comes to internet. It is a human right for having internet access in Estonia this morning. So if you are not having an internet access, you are literally, not anywhere. So it says here, Estonia, 1.3 million, the world's first digital nation. 99% of their government services is online.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Well, so if you are listening to us from Africa somewhere, you don't have internet in your house, then you know which part of the world that you find yourself in. But let me take the opportunity to say good morning to Adax Breaker. It's a Miss Ghanaian KK and Fish. Much love to Ghana. Yes. Okay, me I make Nigeria jollof rice. Hey, one day we will be doing a jollof rice competition here. We'll see who can cook jollof rice better. Ghana jollof rice or Nigeria jollof rice. We are all what?
Shito.
Wichita, yeah. All right then, listeners. Mr. Olayomi in our North London studios. I'm Archie here in the South studios. Now, interesting. Yesterday, I was educated. Let me put it that way on the Niger voices. Let me tell listeners, that's why I was saying that it is good to listen to the program that we bring your way. At times we have some information in our heads that will not be holistic, but this time around we had our special guests who actually brought in, dug deeper into what has been the precursor to war where Nigeria finds itself now. The fact that the Northerners were saying that we are the ones who have to be producing the president and all that stuff. It was interesting. But for the sake of those who were not able to join the program, Yomi, what did we talk about and what lessons did you also learn from there?
Well, quite a lot of lesson was learned yesterday with our guest, Mr. Kayode Emola. And those that probably do not know what we're discussing, that means you have not been following us on this Starr Radio UK. Every Wednesday, we have what we call Niger Voices. And what Niger Voices does is it takes us, around, the world, especially in the situation of what is happening in Nigeria. What did we look into yesterday? We actually looked at, at the beginning, we had, which we're going to be discussing, the press release, from Chief Sunday Igboho through his spokesman, and we also then had, Kayode Emola, one of the so many Yorubas that are, prefer to have their own independent nation, but how and what are the process, the way forward. But before he actually gave us the way forward, he dived back into the history of Nigeria that millions of Nigerians will probably not know, because history has been removed from Nigeria. He was able to take us through it gradually, stage by stage, even up to some of the issues that probably a lot of us wouldn't probably don't want to listen to or hear. He talked about something, and that was, he took us through the timeline of Nigeria. It took us even as far back as, where a particular region, as at the time known as the Yoruba Kingdom, had about 1.7 million pounds sterling in our reserve. We're talking about a huge amount of money. It took us back to 1956, when Egypt and Sudan got their independence. It took us to Ghana in 1957. But he did then say there was a mistake, and that mistake is what is now being known as Nigeria today, because when Nigeria was being negotiated, as at the time, we could have started on our own as independent nation, just as I was discussing, with some of our listeners, this morning about the Soviet Union. I literally took people on the journey of Soviet Union that was dissolved in 1991, which is about almost 31 years ago. The union that we are in presently in Nigeria, which started in 1914, has lasted 108 years. Would that union be dissolved? Would there be a breakup? Would there be an election? What is the way forward with Nigeria itself as we stand today? What we can say is 31 years ago, Soviet Union, about 299 million in population, dissolved into 15 countries. Some of those countries are Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Estonia, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Latvia, Lithuania. Some of those countries, the population are not even up to some of our local government in the Yoruba of today. But some are saying that we can still rescue Nigeria. But the question at the part of it was, Kayode Emola says, who will be bold enough to take the Yoruba people out of Nigeria?
Who will be bold enough to take the Yoruba people out of Nigeria? But I can tell you that there's been a word of warning coming from no other quarters than where we have Chief Sunday Igboho's quarters. Let me put it where he is now, and he is signing a word of warning saying that, look, I'm issuing eviction notice to terrorists in the southwest of Nigeria. Now, he's not said I'm issuing maybe any notice to maybe northerners or people from the east, or no. He said terrorists. So if people find themselves in that category, then those are the people that he is trying to address. Catch my drift? Wherever you are listening to us from. So if somebody who is perpetrating such act, the government seems to be seeing that person as an enemy of the state, then that means that is the government also part of the Fulani herdsmen or the terrorists that he's talking about? Or what do you think about that? We're going to be coming to Mr. Olayomi for him to throw more light on that. But Afei Ishola Sunday, lots of love to you as well. Suleiman Yusuf, Yoruba Nation now. Moyiwa Shenuga, good morning, my people, and thanks for a good job you are doing. Thank you very much to every one of you who has joined us. Those of you on all the other platforms as well, we salute you. But let's come to Yomi. Now, Yomi, this statement by Chief Sunday Igboho, now I see it straight as living in this part of the world, and I say any knife crimes, anyone who involves all children or who are involved in knife crimes, I'm signing a word of warning to you. Now, if I say that, I've not attacked any religion, I've not attacked any group of ethnicity, I'm attacking those who are perpetrating evil, right or wrong.
Well, you're quite right, and and this was a press release, by Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, currently, in Benin Republic as we speak. That was released, by his spokesman yesterday, and you're quite right. If you go back to what has happened in Nigeria, whether with the present government or the previous government, or since when we came back to democracy, it has always been that there is an issue with security in the country. Security is debated every day. Security is something that is discussed every part of Nigeria. Even Nigerians are no longer saying that they are hungry what they are saying is security is the most important part as well. And I'm going to come back to this headline, but I just want to reflex it to what we are discussing now. 2023, wrong choice, we consume Nigeria, says Obasanjo. I don't know what he has said in there, but we're going to be looking at it. But what Chief Sunday Igboho said yesterday was not an attack on any of the 370 ethnic groups. We have about 371, which Yoruba is one of that as well. Well, he said, and I quote, the Yoruba nation agitator Chief Sunday Adeyemo Sunday Igboho has issued warning to Fulani terrorists. He hasn't issued warning to the Kanuri. He hasn't issued warning to the Igbo. He hasn't issued warning to the Hausas. He has not issued warning to all the other ethnic groups. And this is brief of what he said. Chief Sunday Igboho has issued warning to Fulani terrorists in the 6th southwest of Nigeria to leave now before it is too late. Mr. Igboho that issued a press notice in a statement issued yesterday by myself. You cannot take over Yoruba land just as the northern part of Nigeria has been taken over by the Fulani terrorists. What do we mean by that? If you look at the northern part of Nigeria today, including the middle belt coming into the southeast and dropping down to the southwest, literally every part of the region is no longer safe today, and we've talked about that so many times. He then also says in the press statement, he alleged that that the president Muhammadu Buhari has done nothing to stop the killings of the Fulani herdsmen. The president literally at some point opened the border, allow influx of militias to come into the country with a lot of evidence based to that as well. He also went ahead and said that Igboho said that the activities of the Fulani militia lately have made Yoruba people to regret being hospitable and generous. We are the most generous part of the ethnic groups in the country. Probably not the whole lot, but we have done so much to accommodate people in the country, in our region rather. We have allowed people to settle down. We know even though some of the Fulanis that we are talking about have lived with us, but we now have the militia ones that are coming in and also working with the ones that have settled down, and that means we become more problematic. He also asserted that the Yoruba people would break away from Nigeria and reclaim their sovereignty as they were before the British colonized, stressing that it is their God-given right. We do know, just as I take you back to USSR, it dissolved without no fight. They had about 5 million security across the globe, and including the ones in the Soviet Union, no gunshot took place. There shouldn't be any fight. There shouldn't be any gunshot. But according to him, there is no going back on their quest for the self-determination of the Yoruba nation. The statement read, I, Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, I am a Yoruba nation self-determination activist, and a Yoruba nation must stand, no going back. President Muhammadu Buhari said yesterday that we, the Yoruba people, are friends with the Hausa people. This is true. We are friends with the Hausa, Igbo, Kanuri, and all other ethnic groups, but we retain and maintain our indigenous nationality that were created by the Almighty God. We have the Omoluabi. Let me come back again to you in the studio. This was the statement that was released yesterday, in regard to the ongoing crisis that is happening in the southwest of Nigeria today.
Wow. Listeners, it is Starr Radio UK, and that is quite a strong worded message from Chief Sunday Igboho's let me say quotes. Let me put it that way. But interestingly, what has been the reaction from the I mean, is it the federal government or other bodies? I mean, we have even the Fulanis themselves at times, the terrorists, not the ordinary Fulani. No, we're not talking about. We're talking about those who are terrorizing people. Now, what has been the reaction from them, if any?
Well, it takes some time before most of them react to such news, especially the Miyetti Allah and also the northern groups will probably respond just as they've done in the past as well. But nothing of such has popped up yet, from any statement. The government will probably shy away as if they've not seen it, but the message has already, been passed on and delivered, to the federal government where the statement is meant to be. So the one thing is, for peace to continue to elude Nigeria until the Yoruba nation has been achieved. So yes, like he did say in that statement that was released yesterday, that we have been, hospitable people, we are generous people, but the British that amalgamated the northern and the southern Nigeria together knew that we are not the same. We Yorubas are not fools. We know that Nigerian resources come mostly from the southern Nigeria, yet the southern Nigeria that are used and still being used to develop the northern Nigeria are now being extended to their brothers in Niger Republic, yet the foreign terrorists from Niger Republic and the environment are surrounding our forests, kidnapping people and wreaking havoc on the Yoruba people. We know what the Fulani did to the Hausa, all the emirs in the north are Fulani, all the governors are Fulani. We know vividly how they systematically subdue. Even Ganjude, the governor of Kano State, did say it, that we cannot continue, to have Fulani herdsmen moving around in 21st century. And he also agreed that all the governors, including himself, are more on the Fulani tribes, and we cannot continue in that direction. So this was a statement that was released yesterday, and just before the statement was ended, President Muhammadu Buhari was reminding Nnamdi Kanu and the Igbos of the massacre they carried out during the Biafra War. The president should know that this can never be repeated again in any of our land. We have all woken up to the Fulani agenda, which has been an evidence base by so many people that they are trying to Islamize Nigeria. Not just the Middle Belt or the Southwest, the Middle Belt Governor Otom, people are also being killed. Just last week, we talked about 500 recruit vigilante that even Governor Otom is saying that he would have to equip them up to sophisticated weapons like the AK-47 and the AK-49. President Muhammadu Buhari is a lifetime patron of the Fulani. So we Yoruba will be pulling out and reclaiming our sovereignty as we were before the British. It is our God-given right, and there is no going back on our quest for Yoruba nation self-determination. He now issued a warning to all the terrorist Fulani, home and the foreign Fulani in Yoruba forest. He hasn't said those in the city, but he's talking about if you are in this forest, holding people, kidnapping them and raping them, then you should no longer be in that forest before our alale of the Yoruba will fully begin. Most of you will not live to tell the story.
Well, listeners, that is what he has to say, and he said it. Well, what do you think about all that? But let me say good morning to Olushola Ifedayo. Yeah, he says, good morning, Yoruba Nation. Now, God bless Yoruba Nation. And then Miss Gold, hey, good day to you guys. Good day to you, Miss Gold, as well. It is Starr Radio UK. It is the, I was going to say Tuesday. It's Thursday edition of the morning show, 11:22. And I have Miss Olayomi with me. I'm in the South Studios, and Yomi is in the North London Studios. Okay, now let's move on to some of the stories making the rounds. But before we move on to the ones that have been listed, so what was the statement Obasanjo made?
Well, Obasanjo, the former president of Nigeria, 2023, wrong choice will consume Nigeria, says Obasanjo. Let's take a look at what he has to say. The former president Obasanjo yesterday urged Nigerians to make the right choice. To make the right choice, the 2023 general elections, he warned that making the wrong choice in election may consume the nation. I'm not sure, what is the right choice and what is the wrong choice. Is APC the wrong choice? Is PDP the right choice? Is Labour Party the wrong choice? Or Labour Party the right choice? Or is it the dissolution of Nigeria the right choice? Obasanjo have not literally said. I know all the presidential aspirants, apart from Tinubu, I've actually visited Obasanjo. We are waiting to see whether Tinubu will do the same thing. But so far, I've seen Obasanjo with Atiku. I've seen Obasanjo with Peter Obi. But we've not seen Obasanjo, with the leader of the Yoruba Nation movement, because it seems that Obasanjo, like he always say, that his one Nigerianness is much better than his Yoruba-ness. Obasanjo spoke as the guest of honor at the Wilson Badejo Foundation 15th annual lecture with the theme Overcoming the Twin Challenge of Poverty and Insecurity in Nigeria. It was held in Lagos. The former president expressed the hope that if the right choice was made in 2023, the nation will witness progress. How is the question nobody knows.
That's the question on lots of people's lips. How? Afeyi Shola Sunday, he says, White Lion, they feel you. Yes, White Lion is feeling you too, right? Thank you very much for joining us. Now, You did say that Obasanjo did not actually name any particular person. Now, yesterday on the Niger Voices, your guest was talking about the fact that we need to be educated. People, he said we don't need to. I mean, just say that okay, why somebody, but we try to educate them pertaining to why this action has to be taken. That's why the Yoruba has to be on their own and all that. Now, do you think that some of these leaders, someone like Obasanjo, do you think they are well informed? Do they know the history behind it, like we were taught yesterday?
Somebody like Obasanjo knows the history very well. He's been, someone that has been part of, Nigeria for a very long time. He's been in the military. He's been a civilian president for 8 years, and is well connected, within, the international, community. So when we talk about the kind of history that we were taken back through, remember that Obasanjo was also part of the system that we are still discussing today. I mean, it's easy for somebody like him, to come out and say that if we do not make the right choice, and the question is, what is the wrong choice and what is the right choice? Nigeria, as it is, was never a right choice or the wrong choice. He was brought in, to kind of, subdue the Yorubas, especially, after the late Chief M.K. Abiola. Abacha was almost going to kill, Obasanjo, but he escaped, and that was what led, for him being brought in from the history that we were told yesterday by the same caliphate, the same cabal, just to cushion the problems. But we saw that he was working in the same agenda until after 2 years, after 2 terms, he wanted to come back to the 3rd term, maybe to reflect and change things around, but it was too late, and he was kicked out as well. And then he went in and brought in Yaradua. Yaradua died. We know all the story. Jonathan became the president, and there was more pressure and more cooker. And as we can say, it looks like Obasanjo is now saying it is either we make the right choice in 2023. If we make the right choice, we will get there. I'm not sure where he's talking about. However, if we do not make the right choice in 2023, things will consume us, and we pray against that one. We must make the right choice in 2023. So right now, Obasanjo is probably speaking, in proverbs. They're probably seeing things that we are not seeing, or they're probably hearing things that we don't know, because there's going to be a lot of transcript, like somebody like Obasanjo that is going to be listening to, from the international community. He had earlier said that Nigeria has not taken its rightful position because of poverty and insecurity. The question this morning again is, will there be a 2023 election in Nigeria?
That is a big question, but what do you think? Sir Moses Olaniran, yes, Archie and Olayomi, Kuishe, well done, guys. Okay, thank you very much. I'm learning as an honorary member of the Yoruba community. All right then. Yes, it is Starr Radio UK. We have Miss Olayomi Koike in our North London studios. I'm Archie. Now let's move on to some of the other stories that is making the rounds in Nigeria. Nigeria is losing 6.132 billion gallons of crude oil to theft annually. That's what analysts are saying there. Yesterday we did talk briefly about that. So what more information do they have, or do you have on that, sir?
Well, I mean, when it comes to the crude oil, I mean, this is money that have been that should be sold and brought back to the community. The reason why people are tipping, people are stealing rather, the crude oil is nothing more than the fact that everybody believes that it is their national cake, and we will tap into it, from wherever they can tap into it, without looking at the risk aspect of it, because these are very highly inflammable things that can become turn the whole community into darkness. But those that are doing these businesses are also having the cooperation of some of the security operatives as well. According to the latest analysis, has revealed that with the barrel of oil containing 42 gallons, Nigeria is losing a whopping 6.13 billion gallons of crude oil annually to oil thefts. In addition, the country is also losing to oil thefts about 16.8 million gallons of crude oil, which is equivalent to 67 million liters of a refined product. The figures emanated from the summation using 400 barrels per day. We discussed that some few days ago, and 146 million barrels per year losses to oil theft, a situation that has become a nightmare to the oil company, the government, and other concerned. stakeholders.
So is the oil a curse or a blessing for Nigeria? People are saying, asking questions about it. But Prince OG says, what choice was Obasanjo when he was the president of Nigeria? What did he do? How did he contribute to where we find ourselves now? All right then, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. Now let's move on. The World Bank, I mean, we talked about this oil and the losses that is going on, but the World Bank is warning that Nigeria is facing existential threat. That means Nigeria will not exist if care is not taken. By looking at all this, is that where the World Bank is coming from? Using those facts that we talked about earlier on?
Well, I mean, the World Bank have been something that in the last few days continue to give us something that we should be concerned about. I mean, when you look at Nigeria, when you look at the borrowings, when you look at the insecurity, the instability in the country today, the World Bank, as so many of the other international organizations, will become a bit worried. And you're quite right. The World Bank, this morning is saying the same thing as well. But before we go into that, if you also look at the last couple of days that we've been last couple of weeks, we've talked about, is Nigeria still able to looking at the economy itself, Nigeria facing essential threat. The World Bank is warning us. Obasanjo is telling us that if you make the wrong choice, there might be a problem in the country. In light of the Nigerians' dwelling revenue, the continued payment of trillions of naira on fuel subsidy by the federal government and the attendant economic challenges. Again yesterday, the World Bank is raising alarm that the country might be facing an essential threat. The International Financial Institution warned that if the country failed to optimize its tax system, focus on other areas to boost its revenue, which will be agriculture, which will be the human resources that we have, just like the 28-year-old that spoke to me this morning from Abeokuta, where it's just idle, without doing anything. The already low revenue will continue to drop. It noted that despite the rise in the price of oil in the international market, Nigeria had not reaped the benefit because of the huge amount of money spent on fuel subsidy. A lot of countries that have done similar thing but continue to subsidize a lot eventually will collapse. So the question is, when and how soon will the country become drained completely before Nigerians at home realize that there is a danger, just as everybody is thinking? After the federal government earmarked about 4 trillion for the subsidy in 2022, the Minister of Finance and Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, said recently that the government might be spending a whopping 6.72 trillion. Remember that they have spent 4 trillion already on the subsidy. They are also thinking to be spending 6.72 trillion as fuel subsidy in 2023, or pay 3.36 trillion to the mid-2023 if the subsidy regime was to end in May 2023. The question is, when is Nigeria going to finally collapse? Because if we are not making any money and then our borrowing, we're paying back, we're subsidizing some people, that means there's a problem. The reason why Soviet Union, looking at some of my research that I did, Soviet Union literally collapsed as well, because some of their wealthy were enjoying lives while millions of those were also, apart from other ethnic issues and other areas, but more of the societies at the time were living large as against more of the citizens as at the time when it finally collapsed in 1991, some 31 years ago.
Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. It's quite interesting what is happening, and I tell you that, well, you cannot get this from anywhere apart from Starr Radio UK when we bring you all these stories. But let me say good morning to Kehinde Oshene Saliman. He's a Yoruba nation now. He continues to say Nigeria is not one language, and continues, everybody go back to your land. Awuza, go Igbos go, Yorubas go, everybody go back to your land. Oh, we are not one language in Nigeria. Isn't that everybody should remain in their own confines, and then, well, they will operate from there? Do you think that is going to work out for Nigeria? And do you think that's the way forward? But this is a lot more we're going to be looking at. Stay tuned, don't you go away. Let's go to Yomi for some of the other stories making the rounds. 11:34 the time. Over to you, Yomi.
These are the headline. 2 more suspects linked to our attack have been arrested. I saw the video of the FCT police rescued 3 fraudsters from Jungle Justice as they were trying to kidnap POS. POS is a kind of a system where you go close to these individuals. You either send money to their own account and then they will give you the cash. So rather than having a what we could have called a cash machine that we have across in Europe and other African countries, Nigeria has become a POS center. Strike. Federal government, resident doctors in talks over demand. Just yesterday, we were talking about the Nigerian government, welcoming some of the members of the Nigerian Medical Association, also putting in about 100 billion naira, to the pharmaceutical company in terms of producing, some of the drugs. But it seems that strike, federal government and resident doctors in talks over demands is part of the headline. Also, it's a very sad story coming from the United States of America, which we're going to touch on. 12-year-old kills a Nigerian mother in US and blames intruder. Let's hear a bit of that story. A 12-year-old Nigerian boy has killed his mother, Olayomi Cook, at their home in Fosterdale, Alabama, in the United States of America. According to the CBS News, the boy accidentally discharged a firearm which struck and killed his 29-year-old mom on Monday. His father, John, a policeman, was said to be at work when the incident happened. A statement from Jefferson County Sheriff's Office revealed that the boy had initially lied to detectives about the cause of his mother's death after cops arrived at the scene some minutes past midnight. He was reported to have said an intruder broke into the house, shot his mother and fled. But on ongoing investigation of the killings, he reportedly admitted to killing his mother. So what a very, very, sad one from United States of America right there. I'm going to take one more at 11:36, come back again to you in the studio. An interesting one. One of the governor, I think we have the story here. Bishop rejects Ayade's package and tells the governor, rather than taking this 25 million naira donation to our church, why not go and use it to pay salaries to workers? So the Catholic Bishop of Uyo Diocese, John Ebebe Aya, has rejected a large legacy from the governor of Cross River State, Ben Ayade, while telling the governor to pay salaries of workers in the state. As seen in a viral video, the governor donated about a sum of 25 million naira to the church, then promised the bishop a whisper package, which he pledged to give him personally. After announcing the donation of 25 million on behalf of the state government, he said, "You are our pride, the pride of Cross River North, the son of the soil. Bishop John Aya, I will whisper my package to you later." Bishop Aya retorted, "I want to talk. The governor is my brother. We are both from Cross River North. I want to appreciate the governor and tell him to package whatever he has for me, add it to it, and use it to pay salary to the workers. If only others could do the same, maybe Nigeria would have been a better place in the last 22 years of this democracy since 1999.
Hey, that is an interesting one. I mean, you don't have some priest saying that, but when people have had it up to there, that's what they do, and that's what the priest has said. But we're going to look at the reaction from there. So the politicians, we know that they go to the churches to go and do that when they are looking for votes. Is that why they went there? Kayinde Dura Jaye, it's a Star Radio UK. Good job there, and thank you very much, Kayinde, for joining us as well, Star Radio UK. Now let's come first of all to the boy who has killed the mother in the US. Now, is there any other details pertaining to how he came by the gun that he fired? Accidentally.
Accidental discharge, and what we can only advise, we do know Americans have a lot of guns in their homes. Please do keep them away, especially from the children, because these are very, very dangerous equipment, for the children to be holding.
Well, Well, if you are listening to us, please put them away, get it away from them, because we're not sure what they might do. Because out of curiosity, just go touch it and something might happen. Look, they've killed the mom for nothing. All right then, Starr Radio UK. Now let's move on. Now with the priest, this priest submission of a gift. Now what was the response of the state, the governor? How did he respond to that?
Well, as usual, these are politicians. They probably just overlook it and then they move on as well. So, but the most important thing, I think, the information filtered out. Because when the governors move, they move with a lot of convoys and individuals. But I think the governor might probably respond back quietly to the bishop that maybe he shouldn't have done so. But that has already gone viral as we speak right now.
So, how many millions did he give to the church?
25 million.
25 million.
He would then whisper another package, to the bishop direct.
Yeah.
The 20 million was meant to be for the church.
So how much do workers there? I mean, I know our time is gone, but how much do workers there?
6,000 naira is what they get, and even though the average salary should have increased to about 30,000, but that has not literally happened. So that means more Nigerians probably will not get even their full salary pay. Because most of the governors are saying they don't have the kind of funds. So when you look at maybe the exchange rate as at this morning, which is about 8.05, if we look at it, you probably say give and take. An average Nigerian this morning in that particular part of the state is earning less than £100 as we speak.
Wow, but that money if they've not paid staff of those states, he could have said that, look, I'm donating this money into the state coffers, let them use that, and that will garnish his position. People will know that he's the one who have used his own pocket money to even pay them.
£25 an average Nigeria will earn with 18,000 naira.
Wow. Well, listeners, this is where we find ourselves. Do you think we have the leaders to lead us? What do you think? Let me hear from you. Starr Radio UK. Let's go to Yomi for some other stories. Over to you, sir.
Social media, this morning, and that would then, wind the program down. For those of you that are listening to us, quite a lot is trending this morning. Enugu is trending. Not sure why, but let's take a look at why Enugu is trending. Enugu is in the southeast of Nigeria, and the only reason why it's trending is the youth continue the Ebugwe must go. Is the same formation like the Amotekun in the southwest, is the security outfit that was set up by the governor, but have literally become brutal by killing innocent people in that particular side. Protest yesterday, August 2022, in Enugu State against incendiary killings in Igbo land, by this militia security outfit that have been set up by the governor. So that is the reason why that is actually trending, this morning. But let's now look at what is trending on the social media, which is the only way the Nigerians are communicating and getting their messages out from Nigeria this morning. David Odoye, it is not living in Europe or America or anywhere in the developed world that shows you have a primitive Nigeria. It is living in Accra, Nairobi, Johannesburg, Cairo, Denmark, Kampala. Spend some time around Africa, you will literally wake up angry with Nigeria every day. Wow. And that is quite true because when you look at Gambia, we were using Gambia as an example with one of our callers, this morning. He gave us statistics, and Gambia is making about $53 million when it comes to their tourism. The population is not that very big, but it's a country that a lot of Nigerians will end up going, will never come back. I do have somebody that is currently living in Gambia that relocated even outside, one of the Western powerful country, but he prefers to live in Gambia than returning back to Nigeria, even though he has a land that he would have loved to because of the insecurity in Nigeria. Also, I could see, Simon Ekpa some 2 hours ago, the Fulani president of Nigeria, the commander-in-chief of the 9 terrorist group, boasted how they killed 1 million Biafrans to keep one Nigeria. The more I listen to that video, the more I can't wait for Biafra breakaway in 2023. Write this somewhere instead. We will not liberate. Peter Obi is also, yesterday, it was my pleasure, according to him, to meet with William B. Stevens, the new Consulate General of the United States of America. We had a constructive discussion and exchange ideas. And just like I was saying this morning, after 30 years last year, with a document that I was reading, but close to the review of the primary source shows that keeping the union together and backing Gorbachev personally remained at the core of the U.S. policy all the way throughout 1991. This was how the U.S. thought of the Soviet Union to keep it together. Now the question to those that want Nigeria to break away is, what is the policy that the U.S. is discussing, with those that wants to go, and as against those that they are discussing as well with the politicians as well. So I'm going to take one more, come back quickly back to you again in the studio. So again, those that are still, adamant that Nigeria should be kept together. Neferati is one supporter of Peter Obi that I'm very aware of. This is what she has to say some 3 hours ago. No one is insulting the Yorubas. So attempt by Bola Tinubu to blackmail other regions for rejecting Tinubu is dead on arrival. This is not 2015. Your tribal card won't work. Nigerians rejected your deity, not the Southwest, the most advanced voters in Nigeria independent. Do you copy? And the reason for that is, Tinubu groups are saying that, Peter Obi should warn his followers, because their followers have been, there's been a lot of backfighting on the social media and abusive and all that. Let me go to Ifa Funsho, a core Yoruba that believes that Nigeria should break up as well. And this is what he has to say. Despite the miseducation on our people to eat their roots, you don't see African traditionalists going into the street to preach their spirituality to the people and threatening them with hell. You don't see the killing. You don't see them killing people who insult their God. Their gods fight for themselves. And he also says, and I quote, my brothers and sisters, land is extremely important. Protect your land with your last blood. If you have no land, you have no home. You have no home, you have nobody. Learn from the history of the Olmecs in America, the Aborigines in Australia, and the Moors in Spain.
How true is that? My goodness. Well, in response to whether we have no leaders in Nigeria, Moyiwa says that we have rules, not leaders. And Taiwo Suleiman says, Mr. Koiki, Ekuishe Odua, Agbewo Yoruba Nation, now. Let your comments come through.
Agbewa.
How did they say that?
Odua, Agbewa.
Odua, Agbewa. Okay, good. I'm learning as a honorary citizen. I need to learn the language, before we get there, so that I will not be caught out in it. Well, Yomi, before you go.
Well, stay tuned, because Archie will take you through the rest of the program to 1 o'clock, and there will also be more other programs that will be coming up. But remember to join me again at 11 o'clock, where we continue with the update. Stay safe, and if you see something, tell the security operatives, say it sorted, as we say here in the UK. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and I'll be back again same time tomorrow. Bye for now.
Yomi, thank you very much. Have a lovely afternoon.
Bye for now.
Well, listeners, that was Mr. Olayomi Koiki bringing you updates from Nigeria. I'm Archie here. We're going to continue till 12:30 when we bring the curtains down for the end of the program. But wherever you are, don't touch the dial at all, because there's lots more that we're going to be looking at in a moment. Well, on the various platforms, wherever you have posted the comments or anything, just feel free to do so, and we will read them. Miss Gold says, 3 cheers out for Mr. Archie. Thank you very much, Miss Gold. To all of you who are listening to us as well, stay tuned. Enjoy this song. It is a cover version of Lavi Safari's song, Something Inside So Strong. There's something inside you that is so strong that nobody can stop you from doing whatever you want to do. No matter the barriers or the heights nor the lows, you'll be able to succumb, or you will overcome them. Okay, enjoy this song. I'll be with you.
The taller I become, the farther you take.
This is Starr Radio UK.
The faster I will run. You can't deny me. You can decide to turn your face away. No matter, 'cause there's something inside so strong. I know that I
Yes.
Brothers and sisters.
Something Inside So Strong by Taylor Brown. Well, if any one of you fighting a cause or believing in a cause and you're facing the hurdles such that you don't find or you don't see your way forward or whatever it is, that is the song for you. Alex Brecker, he says, Miss Archie, you make my day with Star Radio UK every morning. Thanks for the good job. Thank you very much, Alex. And Moses, yes, I've been in back, I've been to Ghana and back. It says, when are you going again? Christmas, okay, we'll see. Maybe you arrange and then we can get there, right? All right then, Sir Moses. Welcome back to the program. It is Star Radio UK. It is the Thursday edition of the morning show. And I'm Archie. Earlier on, we had Mr. Olayomi bringing you updates from Nigeria. But now it's time for us to look at some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. And it's at like 12 o'clock in the next 7 minutes. I'll be opening the lines for you to add your voice to the discussions wherever you might be if you want to do so. I'll be putting the lines across so that you can be able to do so as well. But continue to share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones. All right then. Now let's quickly move on to some of the other stories making the rounds. This one is like Tinubu and Peter Obi. Now the customs board in Ghana has actually called the special prosecutor a small boy. Interesting. Now, the commissioner of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Colonel Kwejo Damoa, the retired, has stated that attempts by the special prosecutor Kisi Ejabain to disgrace him with corrupt accusations in line with his responsibilities will fail. Now, speaking to some senior customs officers at a retreat in Kumasi, Colonel Damoa said the allegation filed against him and some senior officers are a calculated attempt to dent his reputation. Now, he goes on further. According to him, the claims are being made by some disgruntled members of the customs services who are jealous of his control in the sector. He added that as long as he remains in the command, he will ensure his officers are protected against unfortunate intimidation. Now, 3 days ago, a report purported to be coming from the office of the special prosecutor trying to indict the deputy commissioner of operations and myself, but anybody who has read that report very well will know the basis of that. And luckily for me, God is always on my side. That's what he continued to say. And before that report came, that person had made a comment to some people who had come to tell me that the special prosecutor, was going to publish that he has something that's going to publish that will discredit me. And I sent people to go and tell him that he is a small boy and I'm older than him. I've lived a meaningful life, and if he attempts to destroy me, it won't be easy for him. Is that not a threat? Now, this person is doing a job for the nation. Now, if he says that, look, I found something in your department that makes you culpable or involved in a way, or makes it feel like you are not doing what you're supposed to do, I mean, all that you can do is either go to the courts, go defend yourself, or maybe what will you do? Just find something to do that will help you there. But well, he didn't do so. He goes on further to send people to go and threaten the special prosecutor. So if somebody that means that the special prosecutor can only prosecute people who are not in power. Is that what they're trying to say? Wow. Okay, he goes on and says, I've lived a meaningful life, and if he attempts to destroy me, it won't be easy for him. People have tried and have survived, and this is one too, and this one too. I will survive it, Colonel Damoa said. Now, Colonel Kwejo Damoa alleged that the special prosecutor has targeted him because he blocked Mr. Akurugu from becoming Kisi Ejabain's deputy. Why would he do so? Well, do you think that falls, or you take that with a pinch of salt, or you agree with what he has said there? Now, let me link it up with what had gone on with a statement from the special prosecutor's office. Now, okay. Now, the office of the special prosecutor has recovered 1.075 4 million from La Bianca Company Limited, owned by a member of the Council of State, Miss Eunice Jacqueline Bua Asuma Hene. Now, the amount represents a shortfall in import duties the frozen foods company paid to the state. Now, it goes on further to say, in an investigative report, a copy of which has been seen by Graphic Online and some other media houses, the OSP accused Miss Asuma Hene of influence peddling for allegedly using her position as a member of the Council of State and a member of the Board of Directors of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority to get a favorable decision from the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, which led to a reduction in tax liabilities for or of the La Bianca Limited. Influence peddling, okay, the OSP, that is Office Special Prosecutor, faulted a Deputy Commissioner of Customs in charge of Operation, Joseph Eduche, for issuing what is described as unlawful customs advance ruling, which reduced the benchmark values of the frozen foods imported by La Bianca Limited, thereby reducing the company tax obligation to the state. Reports have shown as well. So if somebody and should I call it an arm of the state or another department which is doing their work, and which is an independent department doing their work and trying to scrutinize things on operations of government or people out of government, whoever is doing anything that they think that is unlawful, that is causing loss to the state, found out this. Now, is it true that they actually these are not sex up, sex down the assessing of whatever duties that this particular La Bianca company was supposed to have paid? Is it true? And the surcharge on them, is that true? So there is no smoke without fire, right? So if it happens that the special prosecutor has come out to say this, now they think that the customs boss has a right to come and threaten that, oh, you were doing all that to actually dent my image and blah blah blah, that I live their life, and if you are going to do that, know that you're a small boy and all. I mean, threatening him. Wow, interesting. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days. What will be the national security's move on that front? Well, it's actually trying to intimidate the special prosecutor from doing his work. So now, if he sees he doing so, and this is coming from this customs boss, virtually means that if he there attacks anybody or investigates anybody or comes out with any ruling that affects anybody in government or in power negatively, they're going to come after him. So that means that they're shy off from whatever things that we are doing. Is that what is happening? Well. It is Starr Radio UK, 12 o'clock the time, the morning show, the Thursday edition. Bringing the time now exactly, as I said, 12, but the lines are opened. Now call me on 0208-133-2257 or 58. If you are in the US or Canada, it's 001-718-303-2737, 001-718-303-2737. You can text or WhatsApp me. It is 075-3966-1744, 075-3966-1744. Our Twitter handle is Starr Radio UK, and email address is info@starradiouk.com. All right then, now let's move on. Now, the new patriotic party, Full Soldiers, under the Alliance for Full Soldiers Advocacy (AFA) group, have bemoaned the declaration of President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo not to reshuffle his ministers. Now, speaking this morning, the Executive Secretary of AFA, Kweku Techi Adumako, popularly known as Obama, said that the grassroots of the party are disappointed with the president's recent statement on not shuffling or reshuffling his ministers. Now, the AFA earlier added that their voice to the long list of Ghanaians who had called on the president to reorganize his government. The group argued that the president had to, as a matter of urgency, reshuffle his appointees to re-energize his government. But the president has come out to say, no, Team A, they are doing well. Why do we have to reshuffle them? So do you think that across board, every one of them is doing diligence, is doing the best And if that is their best, then somebody will say their best is not good enough. And therefore, let's get people who are capable to do so. But this is a case where the president, during his campaign as a candidate, what do you call him, candidate Nana, okay, yes, I did say that, look, I've got a man, MPP, I've got a man, we've got a man, you brought a man in, and we don't see any job. So where are the men? So if these men are not the men that you were actually trying to rely on, then get the other men that you say you have and bring them in to come and see to solve the situation the country is facing at the moment. But well, they will just all lay at the doorsteps of what do we call them once again, COVID and Russia attacking Ukraine as well. So what do you think? It's Star Radio UK. Rachel Olutoyi, good morning to you, or good afternoon to you. It's a Yoruba Nation now. All right then. And let me say good morning, good afternoon to Edith Morrison as well, who was also listening in. We brought you her tune. Nice one there. But now let's move on to some other stories making the rounds in Ghana as well. It is All Star Radio UK. Continue to share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones. Well, in reaction to this reshuffling issue that we're talking about, the General Secretary of the largest opposition party in Ghana, National Democratic Congress, Johnson Esiedin Ketia, believes that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is facing some spiritual attacks that have left him clueless on how to deal with his government. According to him, the president appears to be careless of his bad leadership and non-performing appointees over the years. Nana General Mosquito, as affectionately called in politics, said on some other media that something is controlling the president. He continued, some combined spiritual forces have entered his head, that's the president's head. He is being manipulated and not bothered to do the right thing to save the country. Now, Johnson Esiedin Ketia's comment comes after President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo accused NDC members of wanting a reshuffle in his government. According to the president, persons calling for the reshuffle of his ministers may be persons looking for a job opportunities, and also some NDC members whose action may be aimed at undermining the government. Now, if somebody is not performing well, a square peg in a round hole, or a round hole in a square peg. A round peg in a square hole. Okay, now when if there is anything of the sort, it's not working. You take it out and put it right in there, or replace it. So why would somebody suggesting that be undermining your government? But well, as the assertion by General Mosquito, the General Secretary of the NDC, the largest opposition party, well, maybe he's been possessed by some forces. If he's been possessed, I mean, he's the one building a cathedral. Let them take him there and let somebody just cast those demons out and let him see, right? Okay then, it is Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on. 5 minutes past 12 the time. Okay, now one other story from Ghana and then we can move on. Okay, let me bring you this. I was trying to not touch it, but it's all linked with the president's refusal to reshuffle. Now, consult on the reasons for the increasing calls for reshuffling. Kwejo Impiani is saying. A former chief of staff under the John Ajekum Kufuor-led government, Kwejo Impiani, had called on President Akufo-Addo to consult on the reasons for the increasing calls for ministerial reshuffling in his government. According to him, there may be some important reasons aside the current economic downturn that the president may be oblivious to. Hence, engaging with stakeholders and interrogating the reasons will be a viable line of action. He noted that it behoves on the president to ensure that all his appointees are working efficiently and effectively to achieve success at their various posts, as any failures could lead to a dent in the president's legacy. Now, we know that he's not going to be going for another round of elections, so he knows that his time is out. So isn't that because of that he thinks that, well, let me just leave things, let things tick along. When it gets to my time, I go. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to be telling somebody leave and then they will be behind the scenes trying to castigate me. What do you think? Do you think that's what's happening there? Well. This one from his own boat, or from his own ship, or from his own clothes, telling him what he got to do. It is All Star Radio. Okay, let's take a quick break and then I bring you some other stories making the rounds in the African or on the African continent as well. Stay tuned. Don't you go away.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Otta, you say fire.
Okay, so fire on the mountain wherever you are. Starr Radio UK coming your way with the morning show. I'm Archie. 8 minutes past the top of the hour. So we're about under 22 minutes to bring the program to a close. Yes. Okay, now let's crack on. Now moving on to other parts of Africa. Well, rescuers continue to find survivors after a building collapse in Nairobi. A very sad one because Nairobi just had an election a couple of days ago. That's the 9th, and now we have such incident happening. I'll bring you more details of that. Well, the Senegal opposition will not appeal the results of the legislative. That's some of the stories making the rounds. And Ivorian soldiers held for a month in Mali. Negotiation is going on that front as well, and threat from the IS extremists growing by the day. Where that's what an assertion by the UN. And Guinea government announces dissolution of. Let me bring you that of a protest group. Now, a major collective that has been opposing the ruling junta in Guinea for several months and which had spearheaded the protests against former President Condé has been dissolved by a government order as it prepared a new demonstration. The de facto grouping known as the National Front of the Defense of the Constitution is dissolved, and this order that takes effect from the date of its signature, says the document signed by Maurice Condé, Minister of Territorial Administration and Decentralization. The National Front of the Defense of the Constitution, the FNDC, a coalition of parties, trade unions, and civil society organizations, was at the initiative of the demonstrations organized on the 28th and 29th of July, banned by the authorities, in which 5 people were killed to denounce the unilateral management of the transition by the junta. Well, the announcement of the dissolution was leaked on social media, social networks on Monday evening, following a new call for demonstrations by the FNDC on the 17th of August throughout Guinea to denounce the absence of credible dialogue between the junta, political parties, and the civil society. Now, do you think that the move by the military is okay? Now, when they wanted to come to power, they needed the support of this. They used the support, flew on it or ran on it and got power. Now they got the power and they think that, well, you know what? These people are trying to be a thorn in our flesh. Let's get rid of them. So then they ban them. So now if anybody goes back or out there to go and demonstrate or anything of the sort, that person is going to face their Waterloo. But what do you think is going on there? we're going to be looking at it more. Now, in Kenya as well, Kenyans are still awaiting outcome of their election results. The story say Kenyan waiting feverishly for Wednesday, for the results of the election held day before to find out whether veteran Raila Odinga and incumbent Vice President William Ruto will be their next president. Who is going to be the president? Two favorites out of the four in the race have assured that they will recognize the results. So we are still waiting for the results to come. Why hasn't it come out now? All right then. It is Star Radio UK. Believe Yourself channel. Good afternoon to you. Say Yoruba Nation. No going back. Thank you there. All right then. Still in Kenya, very sad story there. It is not yet immediately possible to establish how many could have been in the house at a time. What time? Well, the story says rescuers are continuing to find survivors and bodies on Wednesday after a building collapsed in Nairobi. The 4-story structure came down earlier in the afternoon in the Kenyan capital. Red Cross Society head of disaster management Michael Ayebe said the number of people that had been trapped in the rubble was unknown. Officials have said that three fatalities had been reported so far, and one person was also taken to hospital in a critical condition. So those are some of the stories making the rounds in Kenya today. In Senegal, well, Senegal's main opposition alliance on Wednesday announced it will not appeal against the July 31 legislative election result. Provisional result published on August 4 saw the presidential coalition lose an absolute majority, a first in history for the West African country. We think there is no point in going to the Constitutional Council to lodge an appeal because it is not at this level that the 2 or even 3 deputies who were removed from the intercoalition, given the ballot box stuffing that existed in some areas. It is not the level of the Constitutional Council that these 3 deputies will be returned to us, said Dethi 4, member of the Yewi Askan WIOE coalition. It's all coming your way from Star Radio UK. There was one other story that I wanted to bring your way. Okay, and that's it. Let me bring that one, and then we can bring the update from the African continent, and then to an end, and then we'll move on. A nationwide curfew has been declared in Sierra Leone following massive protests in parts of Freetown and other areas in the northern part of the country. Now, 2 police officers were killed on Wednesday when protesters descended into clashes between security forces and youth demanding the president resign because of economic hardship. Now, women had gathered in the city center Wednesday morning holding placards, later fled the scene as tension rose. Now, dozens of protesters have been arrested. Police said a health worker is at hospital in Freetown, said dozens of people had been injured. In the Kissy neighborhood, in the east end of the city, demonstrators threw rocks and sticks at security forces who fired tear gas in their direction, reports have said. Several protesters told the AP that security had also fired live bullets. Prosecutors were heard chanting, protesters were heard chanting, "Bio must go," referring to President Julius Maada Bio, who is currently in the United Kingdom on a private visit. The internet was temporarily blocked in Freetown on Wednesday afternoon, according to NetBlocks, a web monitoring group there. But it's all coming away from Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 16 minutes to past 12. Now, moving on to, okay, let me quickly check this out. Let me quickly check. Dari Samuel, good afternoon. Yes, how are you? All right then. Okay. No information yet from Kenya. I was trying to dig what if there was any information from Kenya, but it seems not so. All right. Dari Samuel says that Yoruba Nation, now, no going back. All right, as I say it all the time, you believe in a cause, you stand for it, you fight for it. It is Star Radio UK. Now, France battles monster wildfire near Bordeaux. Now, more than 1,000 firefighters are battling a monster wildfire in southwestern France that has already destroyed nearly 7,000 hectares, that is 17,300 acres of forest. Officials have said the raging blaze near the city of Bordeaux has gathered a number of homes and forced 10,000 residents to flee. It is an ogre, it is a monster, firefighters representative Gregory Leon told France radio station. Now, strong winds and high temperatures are hampering the firefighting operation. President Emmanuel Macron announced that Austria, Germany, Greece, Poland, and Romania are coming to their aid, to the aid of France in battling the blaze. European solidarity at work, he tweeted. Well, in the UK, we see today going to be one of the hottest days. For the next 4 days, we're going to be experiencing hot weather. I'm talking about 35 plus. So please, those of you who smoke, yes, don't leave your cigarette butts on the road. Make sure you've actually quenched it. But I remember traveling one time, driving down on the motorway, and we could see ahead of us, and all out has sparked that fire was just a cigarette butt that somebody had just thinking that they've quenched it, threw it out of their windows, and boom, just lit like no man's business. So please, let us be careful when we are embarking it, and no barbecues this time. I mean, you're going to be having a barbecue, not in the park, No. If you're having it in the confines of your home, maybe a place that is paved, so that you don't end up burning anything. It's very important. Please, word of caution. We'll be looking more into that by coming away from Star Radio UK. Now, Trump has refused to answer questions in New York investigation. But so, can they force him? Can he be subpoenaed to appear before the courts? The former U.S. President Donald Trump has declined to answer questions as part of a New York State investigation into his family's business practices. Mr. Trump had sued in an effort to block the interview at the New York Attorney General's office on Wednesday. Now, state officials accused the Trump organization of misleading authorities about the value of its assets in order to get favorable loans and tax breaks. Mr. Trump denies wrongdoing and has called the civil probe a witch hunt. Now, everything that Trump is doing, and he's being proved, he say he calls them all witch hunts. Now, what do you think is happening there? An hour after he was pictured arriving at the Manhattan office where he was questioned under oath, Mr. Trump released a statement in which he criticized New York Attorney General Letitia James and the broader investigation. Now, years of work and tens of millions of dollars have been spent on this long simmering saga, and to no avail, he said, I decline to answer the questions under the rights and privileges afforded to every citizen under the United States Constitution. So, when he asked him a question, he just, no, how did they even say that? Comment. Now, Attorney General James Will pursues the fact that the law, wherever they may lead, the statement added, our investigation will continue there as well. But to what end? That would that, and there is someone saying, in regards to my hero brother Koiki. Yes, yeah, White Lion. There is someone says good afternoon to you and regards to you there as well. Well, so what is going to happen to Trump? Are they going to force him to now respond to it, or is it going to be answering that with the aid of his attorney? Well, we're going to be seeing more of that as the days and the months and the years go by. Well, in the UK, car crash into family killing man and woman. A girl is in hospital with serious injuries, and 2 others are hurt in a suspected hit and run. A very sad one there. Black Alfa Romeo hit 5 pedestrians, all members of the same family, on Wednesday. Now, police were called to a multi-story car park in Leopold Street, Ramsgate, at 21:35 BST. The child, a girl of primary school age, has been taken to London Hospital for treatment. A sad one there. A man in his 40s and a boy of primary school age also sustained minor injuries. A 30-year-old man from Ramsgate has been arrested on suspicion of causing death by dangerous driving and leaving the scene of the collision. He is also currently receiving hospital treatment for minor injuries. Kent Police is appealing for witnesses, local businesses with CCTV evidence, or drivers with relevant dashcam footage. Well, that is Starr Radio UK, and that's some of the stories making the rounds in the UK. Now, so one other story before we've got a couple of stories to bring away before we end the program. Now, Alleged Fort IS Beetle has been charged with terrorism offences. He says that a man who was allegedly a member of an IS terror cell nicknamed the Beatles has been remanded in custody. Anne Davis, 38, who denied being part of the cell, appeared at Westminster Magistrate Court today, on Thursday. He is charged with offences including possession of a firearm for a purpose connected with terrorism and 2 charges relating to funding terrorism. He was arrested at the Luton Airport, Bedfordshire, after being deported to England by Turkey on Wednesday. He is charged with having between 13th and the 16th of January 2014, invited another to provide money intending that it should be used for terrorism purposes, contrary to Section 15 of the Terrorism Act 2000. Now, between 13th and the 16th of January, he entered into or became concerned with an arrangement, a result of which money was to be made available to another, knowing or having reason to suspect that it was to be used for the purpose of terrorism. And then, so the 28th of July 2013 and 16th of January, possessed an article, namely a firearm, in circumstances which give rise to a reasonable suspicion that his possession was for a purpose connected with the commission, preparation, or instigation of acts of terrorism, contrary to Section 57 of the Terrorism Act. Mr. Davis is alleged to have asked his wife to send him money in Syria for terrorist purposes, thereby allegedly inviting her to provide funds and entering into a funding arrangement. Well, the court heard that he did not wish to indicate which way he will plead to the charges. He will next appear at the Old Bailey on the 2nd of September for a pre-trial hearing. Mr. Davis has spent more than 6 years in a Turkish prison. He denies being the 4th member of an IS gang that tortured and murdered Western hostages in Iraq and Syria. The ringleader of the gang, Mohammed Amwazi, was killed in a U.S. drone strike 7 years ago. 2 others were captured in Syria and taken to the U.S., where both have been convicted of committing some of the most gruesome crimes in recent history. The terror cell was nicknamed the Beatles after the Liverpoolian band due to the members' English accent. We will fight to the last man standing, Dari Samuel is saying, pertaining to getting an independent state for the Yoruba nation. All right then, so it's all Starr Radio UK. As I get to the tail end of the program, well, okay, this for those of you who are in Turkey at this time, and those of us here to help to be praying and remember this family at this difficult time. Police in the UK are appealing for urgent help in finding a 4-year-old boy believed to be in Turkey. George Jack Temple Wells is thought to have traveled to the country from Darlington on the 29th of June with his mother, Brogan Elizabeth Temple. Now, he was last seen in the marina area of Antalya, a resort on the south coast. Now, Durham Police said officers had serious concerns for his welfare and needed to find him and speak to his mother. Anyone who is in contact with her is asked to encourage her to contact the authorities in Turkey or the UK immediately to confirm her whereabouts and or seek assistance to return home, a spokesperson have said. So please That's why I had to bring that your way, because we were prompted by the authorities to bring that as well. So if you know their whereabouts, please let the nearest authorities know. Urination is the hard way, but the only way. Okay, all coming from Dari Samuel. Okay, now the final story from the UK front. Now, UK heat wave 4-day extreme heat warning comes into effect. Now, the story says an amber extreme heat warning has come into force, with temperatures forecast to hit 37 degrees or 99 Fahrenheit in some parts of the UK over the next 4 days. The Met Office alert for southern and central England and parts of Wales runs from midnight on Thursday until Sunday. It has also issued its highest alert for fire severity over the weekend, warning there is an exceptional risk of blazes spreading in many places. The heat wave will likely affect health, transport, and working conditions. There is also an increased risk of water safety incident, the Met Office has warned. While the record-breaking temperatures seen in July, when the mercury topped 40 degrees for the first time, we are not expected this week. The heat in some areas could get close to local or regional records. All right then. So this is why I bring the program to a close for today. Tomorrow I'm going to be coming your way with the Friday edition of the morning show. We'll be having Mr. Olayomi Koiki and my name is Mr. Dan Teburi on board, where we bring you all that you need to know pertaining to your life. The news that is making the rounds, from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar, is making the headlines. I say it all the time. Why not? We definitely, certainly, without a shadow of a doubt, will touch on it. So on that note, let me say thank you to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, and all of you who joined us, those of you on the Twitter and all stuff. We say, may you have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. And I bring you this song from the Zongo man himself, and he says, "Where is the dollar?" When that song ends and you don't hear from me, it's been me, Archie, saying have a top of the day. Bye bye for now.
Starr Radio UK.
Thanks for listening.
It's a disgrace. Where is the dollar? 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 Give gorilla bananas to give to monkey. Hey, hey, hey. Give gorilla bananas to give to monkey. Yes, as you know.